Monnier.
I-E-R.
Yeah.
Alright. And it's pronounced Monnier?
Yes.
Alright. Just write that too.
The R at the end is silent.
Yeah. Alright. So, first question. So, do you believe that celebrities in general have a big impact on, like, the decisions that teenagers make in their daily lives?
I wouldn't say big, but I would say yes.
Uh,
They do have an impact. That's also not really new. Celebrity culture,
yeah.
the idea of celebrity, having celebrities presented to the general public, and especially teenagers, is not something new. As soon as we've had mass media available.
Yeah, since like the 1920s, it kind of
Right.
skyrocketed.
And but the way that culture has changed over time, and the media has changed, and the way that the celebrity system, the Hollywood system changed. So for instance, in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s, so you have these huge Hollywood celebrities, and you have a lot of magazines that are promoting, so you see this movie star in our home, in our kitchen, with our kids, etc. But those were tightly controlled by the movie studios. So that what the public saw was really very carefully crafted image.
Yeah, like manufactured.
Right, and basically you saw what the studio wanted you to see about this celebrity, etc. So it did have an influence, some, not a whole lot, but it did. But it was carefully controlled.
Yeah.
The main difference you have now is not only do we have more media, but the social media, things like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, kind of celebrities no longer have as much control over their own image as they used to. So now, with a click of a button, you can tweet at somebody, as a celebrity, and tell them whatever.
Yeah.
So the flattening of there is no more, the studio here and the celebrity, and then the general public buying magazines or buying photos or writing to their celebrities and can you send me a signed photo, etc. You don't longer have that. Then you can go straight to Twitter and ask Justin Bieber, whatever you want to ask him, when is his birthday and whatever.
Yeah. So what do you think it says about a society that has someone that's famous just for the simple fact because that they're famous? Like a Kim Kardashian, for example, they're just famous for being famous. What does it say about a society that has a person like that and people like that?
It kind of goes along with what I was saying. That is, again, the old movie stars were made famous because they were capable of doing something. The craft of acting or physical, beauty or whatever, athletics, etc. Again, there are people like that, the famous for nothing kind of people. Because actually that word has opened up. It's no longer restricted to the movie stars or the TV star or the super athletes, etc. So because you can see more people now and have access to more of them, it opened up the realm. And of course, because the Kardashians overall are the first beneficiaries of something that is really new, which is reality TV. That is when you get to watch people just doing what they do. Right. And so basically then, and she came out of that TV show. Before that, no one really knew who they were, except maybe Bruce Jenner, for people who are old like me, will remember Olympic athletes, etc. But again, she's a product of reality TV, and that's a very new genre that came up in the past. Yes, that's really, really recent.
And how do you feel about that, having people that are like that? I mean, just because someone could get famous just from, say, cooking on TV, how do you feel about like?
Right, and what you're bringing up is really the early shows, the early reality shows, which is Big Brother and all these shows on MTV. And the idea was that you just watch people and something interesting is going to happen, especially if you close them all up in one place. So it's not really reality because it is somewhat scripted and some conflicts are made out, etc.
Yeah.
The main reason why reality TV exists is because it's cheap. Because you don't have to pay writers to write it. Right? You just grab a bunch of people who are interested in potentially becoming famous, and that's pretty much everybody. And then you put them in a setting where things are going to happen. And so the Kardashians are kind of that, plus the Kardashians have the extra incentive that they're wealthy. And so that goes into that whole Real Housewives series as well, where it's not just you get to watch people, they get to watch really wealthy people. Who, and especially socialites, they people who don't really do anything, but are part of a social circle that you and I never have access to. So we gain kind of access through that.
So it's kind of like we like that. We like to get a glimpse into like this elitist society, or
Yes, and we like to make fun of it. So this, which is why you have this kind of love-hate relationship that we collectively have with the Kardashians. On the one hand, everybody's watching. Otherwise, this show would have been ended years ago. So people must be watching.
yeah,
But at the same time, we make fun of it, and or people write a lot of nasty tweets at them. So you have this kind of love-hate relationship with wealthy people, where on the one hand we can get enough of it, and on the other hand, oh no, we despise them and they're doing all these stupid things, etc. So there's some sort of vicarious, in a society where everybody's more and more frozen in place. There isn't much social mobility as much as there used to. So we're all kind of stuck in our social class. At least we get to look at them, we evolve, and we get to declare ourselves more moral because we don't behave like that.
yeah,
Because we don't behave in the same fashion, or we don't make the same stupid decisions, and we don't have the sex tapes that isn't circulating on the internet.
uh-huh.
So there is an amount of kind of resentment against the wealth, and also getting to see exactly how these people live, or the kind of cars they have, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's interesting. So would you say it's the media's fault or the child's fault for letting themselves kind of be consumed by the celebrity's Twitter account or Instagram?
Well, I would never say that it is a child's fault, because we grew up in the society in which we are, and so we absorb whatever, we are all born in an environment that we did not create.
So to rephrase that, the parents or the media's fault?
I would say, I don't know if it's a matter of fault, and then it would become, it's a dispersed blame, and
Yeah.
who created that media system? It came out of the political system, economic forces, etc. So we have a media system that is as it is. It is actually, when you look at social media, it's a lot more democratic than just few TV networks controlling what we see and what we do. What social media has done is kind of open up a whole bunch of places where the public can go and be more active than just watching on TV, like entertainment tonight. Now you can actually interact with people. So there's a lot more space open for the public to participate with celebrity culture. And we find a lot of validation in it. Why would we follow celebrities on Twitter? Well, we do that for the same reason we subscribe to magazines that have pictures of them, and now we can talk to them, and we do.
Yeah.
So all those believers, I'm going to have a list,
Yeah.
I have many, what they want is not just their adoration of just, they can, that is right there, it's next door, and you can talk to him, and he responds sometimes.
Yeah.
And so when he responds specifically to you or your tweet, because now you've kind of gained this status, and everybody can see it, everybody else on that Twitter feed is going to see it. So you gain some status yourself as a result. So the social media have done several things. Years ago it was the bloggers. It opened up the space for the bloggers to challenge the journalists. And then, again, social media challenged pretty much everybody to become a celebrity in their own right for whatever they do. And for some people it worked, and your YouTube channel becomes very super famous. So it really opens up a different way for us to fashion our identities. And that's one thing that the online world has done, is that now you have almost complete control over your identity. And so for when people reach teenage years, adolescence, etc., it's a special time where we define our identity, right? We define our identity separately from our families. You're not so attached to your parents anymore as when you were a child. You're not yet an adult, so you're not yet defined by your work identity or your status there. So there you are with this wide open space of social media where you get to pick. You can pick your avatar in different place. You can pick your name, you can pick what you do. You can really create entirely an identity that may or may not be totally related to your, flesh and blood.
Yeah.